everybody, Steph here. Happy New Year. I want to start by saying thank you so much to everyone who reached out and sent me nice messages. I was so sick over the holidays that I was barely functioning, and then my whole family got sick. It was a mess, but you guys were so nice to reach out and send all your prayers and your well wishes, and I'm feeling so much better. I'm still pregnant. I got about 2 weeks left to go, or earlier, I guess, any day now, but about 2 weeks. And I'm super excited, and I'm finally feeling better. My family's doing better. We are home and just kind of getting ready for the baby to come. So happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's 2020. It's a new decade, and I love New Year's. I love making New Year's resolutions. I kind of started my Fly Lady journey on a new year, and that's gone really well for me. So I always talk about Fly Lady, but I know I've mentioned this a few times. I really love Gretchen Rubin. She wrote The Happiness Project, which you've probably heard of, and she wrote another book called Better Than Before, which was the book that inspired me to start my vlog and my YouTube channel as an accountability partner for my cleaning my house. So it's worked out really well. So she also has a podcast called The Happiness Podcast, and it's her and her sister, which I love because me and my sister love to do things together too. And the last few years they've done a list of resolutions. So in 2018 it was 18 things they wanted to do in 2018, 2019, 19 things. So this year it's 20 in 2020. And these are not huge, crazy things. Well, some of them are big. But a lot of them are just things you want to do. So I loved that concept. And obviously I love bucket lists and checklists. And so this is right up my alley. The other thing they do is they set a theme word for the year. So last year, my theme word was overwhelm. I wanted to cut back on my overwhelm, and I did a really good job. I said no to things. I cut out activities. I didn't sign myself up for every single thing, and it worked really great for me. So this year, 2020, my word of the year is simplify. I chose this word because, as you know, I'm having my third baby. Things are not about to get easier around here for me, and I want to do everything I can to just make my life simple and easy, and I'm just going to make a few changes to do that. I also made my own 20 for 2020 list, and I'll link to her podcast and she has like a blog post about it below as well. It's really interesting. Check it out. And her sister have really fun banter. But I made my own 20 for 2020, and I thought I would share it with you here today. And I think if you guys feel like doing a 20 for 2020, go for it and share with me some of the things that are on your list. Like I say, this is not about reaching for the moon. We don't need to pick huge, lofty goals. They can be small things, just things you want to get done in 2020. Sometimes having a list that you can look at just reminds you of the things you really wanted to get done. And I love this time of year. It's cold out. You can sit inside and kind of reflect on yourself and your life and where you want to be, this time next year. So here is my 20 for 2020 list. I tried to keep my 20 things in line with my simplify theme. So my number one item is build a capsule wardrobe. This is something I've been looking forward to for a while because I think this is going to be our last baby, and I'll be able to finally get back to my regular size and know I'm staying that size. And so I'm going to try and find a few really nice pieces that all work together. And I really want to find like the perfect pair of booties. So that's my number one thing, build a capsule wardrobe. Number two, I want to find the perfect cinnamon bun recipe. This is just a fun one. Cinnamon buns are my favorite food, and I don't even know how to make them myself. So I'm always on the lookout for the perfect cinnamon bun, and I just figure this is the year I'm gonna figure out how to do it myself. But if you have a cinnamon bun recipe, share it with me below and I will try it out because this is the year I'm learning to make cinnamon buns for myself. Number three, read 24 books. This is something I changed for myself a little over a year ago. I used to play games on my phone. It's embarrassing, but I admit it. I was totally addicted. I even spent money on it. Yeah, it was horrible. It was a complete waste of time for me. And I decided to stop doing that, and I started reading books, and I read like 30 books last year. So this year I want to read 24. Cut back the number because I'm having a new baby, but I'm going to be spending a lot of time on the couch nursing that baby, so 24 might not be so lofty. So 24 books. As always, I love book suggestions. Please share with me. Number 4, again, with my phone and keeping things simple, I want to get a better sleep, and I have a really bad problem of going on my phone in the night when I can't sleep. And so my resolution with my phone is to keep it out of the bedroom. I'm going to just put it downstairs. It doesn't need to be in the bedroom. If someone needs to get a hold of me and I hear the phone ring like 4 times, I'll get up and get it. I mean, it's not good for me. It's cutting into my sleep. I'm probably not even looking at anything helpful, just scrolling. So I'm gonna really work on cutting back my phone time, especially in the middle of the night, which I know sounds really crazy, but yeah, it needs to happen. Number 5, I want to go on a girls' weekend. I have been talking with a few of my friends about this for the last few years and it hasn't happened. So this is the year. I'm just gonna make it happen. We're gonna pick a place and go and have a great time. Probably gonna have to wait till my baby's a little older, so maybe in the fall when I can leave it, but we're doing a girls' weekend. I can't wait. So number 6 on my list is go camping. And I know that seems super simple. I just have to go camping, but I know with a new baby, we might try to skip it this year, but I love camping. I really want it to be a part of something that my family does every year. I grew up camping a ton, and so I'm gonna make every effort I can to go camping, at least one time. Let's not get all crazy. Keep it simple. One camping trip. So one camping trip, number 6. Number 7. This last year, I was pregnant in the summer and I was like in my first trimester and I felt like garbage and I didn't barely plant any of my garden. I didn't do vegetables. I did nothing. I just kind of made sure the grass stayed mowed. And that was fine because that's all I could do. But this year I really want to get outside, get into my garden, plant some more flowers, and I really want to do some vegetables. Maybe even just some tomato planters. And it'll be something me and my kids can do and we can get outside. I have a really nice yard and I just want to work in my garden this year and hopefully grow some vegetables. Number 8, I want to try a new fitness activity. I love working out. I love staying fit. And when I'm pregnant, I really miss it. And so I thought this year would be a fun year to try something totally new. Just try it. Maybe just once. Maybe I'll get hooked and do it all the time, but I just want to try something new. So I put that on my list. So then speaking of fitness, the other thing I want to do, which is a carryover from last year, I have my Fitbit that I wear every day. And while I'm pregnant, I don't really track my steps, but I just use it as a watch. But I love the idea of doing a 100,000 step day. I like doing big lofty goal things. I've mentioned before, I rode my bike across Canada at one point. I love doing these kind of crazy things. So I want to do a 100,000 step day at some point this year. I'm going to see if maybe my sister will come up and do it with me, but that's just kind of a fun goal that I had last year and then I got pregnant, so I was so tired and can't really do things like that. And so I'm just moving it from last year to this year. 100,000 step day, so we'll see. Number 10 is I want to go and stay at a cabin this summer. We have been talking about doing this for like the last 4 years, my sister and I'll take my kids and it'll be great. So that's my thing I want to do. It's very similar to the camping and the girls' weekend. I have lots of summer plans. We live in the world of winter, so we really take advantage of summer here. Number 11, I was super inspired by our low stress Christmas, self-care kind of thing, and I've decided that I'm going to make a point of getting either a massage or going and getting a spa treatment once a month for this whole year. I think I deserve it. It's covered by our medical insurance, so why not? It's not even gonna cost me any money. I'm just gonna go and do that for myself, and I really think that's important. Self-care, and especially being a new mom, having a new baby, I'm probably gonna really need it. So that's my self-care part of my 20 for 2020. Number 12, another rollover resolution from the past, and I've talked about it before. I am going to get control of my photos this year. They are everywhere, on my phone, on my old phone, in folders, on Dropbox, on Google Photo. I'm gonna get control of them and put them into books. It's happening. This is the year. Even if I have to work on it, half an hour every week, photo time. I'm getting it done. Number 13, I have had so much fun building my channel and my vlog this past year with the Secret Slob and doing all my series. And one thing I want to do in the coming year is start my own kind of blog website. And that's where I can share some of the tools that I use and some recipes, and maybe we can have a little bit of a community forum there, because the comments are awesome and it's so nice to connect with everybody, but it's always fun to have a place where we can all kind of meet up. So I want to start a website. My husband very nicely already bought the domain name for me, so now all I have to do is build it. And I like doing kind of techie stuff like that, and so I think I'm gonna try it. Number 14, ooh, this is a good one. So this year when I redid my control journal, I put in a section called recipes, and I've been slowly kind of printing off recipes from the internet that I use all the time, because I keep finding that I'm having to search Pinterest for stuff I've made before in the past. So I'm gonna make a very conscious effort to collect all of my favorite recipes into one place in my control journal, or maybe I'll have to start a new recipe book. But I have so many favorite recipes, and I have to always remember where they are, whether they're on a text from a friend or Pinterest or saved in some random bookmark. I'm just gonna try and get them all together and make my own personal favorite recipes book. And I'm gonna phone my mom and get all the recipes that she knows that I keep phoning her every time I go to make and say, what's this one? So I'm gonna get all my recipes together into a recipe book. Another thing that happens when you have a new baby, if you have had children, you know this, is sometimes you and your husband or your partner might kind of forget about your relationship a little bit. So this year I am making a commitment to plan monthly date nights with my husband so that we can stay connected and have that alone time, especially when we have a new baby and 2 other children. So it's really important to me, and that's something I put on my list. All right, number 16. So my sister and I have decided this year we are going to go somewhere hot in the winter. So not this January, February, but in maybe like November, December of 2020, we are going somewhere hot with our families, just a winter getaway. So we're gonna start planning that now. I love planning things. It gives you something to look forward to, and we're gonna get out of the cold and get into the sun. So doing a winter getaway. Number 17, keeping with my simplify word theme, I am going to do better at my online grocery ordering. I was using it a bunch, and I've kind of gotten away from it this last couple months, but it's so handy, and I know when I have the baby it'll be so helpful. And there is a function on the online grocery order where I can basically make my favorites order and just click, and it just reorders all the things I eat every week, because we eat generally the same things with a few small adjustments. But I'm gonna really work on using that service to simplify my life. Number 18, I want to commit to keeping a baby book for baby number 3. I have a baby book for baby number 1. I have a baby book for baby number 2, but I have heard that by the time you get to number 3, you kind of stop doing that kind of stuff. So I'm mentally committing, putting it on my list. I want a baby book for baby number 3. I never got too carried away. I usually just did a monthly update of what they were doing and where they were at and kind of when they rolled over and got teeth, stuff like that. But it's really fun to look back on, and even if you think you're gonna remember, you don't. So I'm gonna make a really conscious effort to keep a baby book for this new baby. Number 19, I wanna put up more art in my house. We moved into this house 2 years ago. It's way bigger than our old house was, so it's taking time to fill up, but I'm gonna make a big effort to find some art that I love, put it on the walls, just fill the house a little bit more with some decorations that I love. I still feel like it echoes because it's a little empty. Getting there, but I want to make an effort to get some more art that I love to put on the walls. Number 20, this one is straight out of my sister's playbook. If you haven't checked out her channel, definitely do. She is plastic free. So this year she made the change to go completely plastic free, and it's so admirable and it's so interesting, and I'm so amazed by how many changes she's made and how simple it really is. So I'm gonna make an effort to go low plastic. I can't at this point with a brand new baby commit to plastic free. It just feels like too much, but I'm going to do everything I can to lower and reduce my plastic waste, starting with all of my shampoos and lotions and stuff like that. I've worked on getting them all down to nothing, and I'm gonna order bars, bar soap, bar shampoo, all that stuff. So I'm just going to make a more concerted effort this year to be low waste and low plastic, because I think it's really important, and just watching her do it is interesting and fun and neat, and I think it's something that I should be focusing on more. So low plastic. So that is it. That's my 20 for 2020. Like I said, some of them are just a lot of fun, like girls' weekend, and some of them are a little bit more resolution-y, like getting my photos under control. But for the most part, they're all things that if it doesn't happen, it's not a big deal. I just want a list to kind of remind myself of what I wanted to do this year. And I can work on some of the things, and maybe some things won't happen, but they're all things that I want to happen. And I overall want to just simplify my life and my lifestyle and maybe do a little bit of minimizing. So that's what I'll be working on this year. So I encourage you to make a 20 for 20 list, or maybe just 10 for 2020, whatever you want to do, and just have a little bit of fun with it. Pick some things out that you know maybe you wouldn't do if you didn't remind yourself, hey, I really want to do that. So have a wonderful day. I'll try and do a couple more videos before this baby comes, and as soon as it's here, I will let you know. Talk to you soon. Bye.